Hello, accounting and bookkeeping firm owners. In this video, I'm going to show you a demo of the software ProcessWurks, which is an operations management software for accounting and bookkeeping firm owners to help you increase your process efficiency, save time, thereby you can help your customers on the advisory and higher level services that they really need from you. So let's get to it. Let me share my screen. Here we go. Okay, so here is the dashboard of the software. So let me give you a background of the features and functionalities of the software. So this software is developed keeping all of the core functionalities of an accounting and bookkeeping firm. So if you think of your accounting firm, there are five major functions in your firm. So starting from marketing to sales to onboarding the client and delivering the work for your clients and managing your entire firm operations. So that's the four section here. These are the five major functionalities. So think of your accounting or bookkeeping firm. How are you marketing your services? Where the leads are coming from? That's the marketing from function. Is it through referrals, word of mouth, or Facebook ads, LinkedIn, or Google search, or someone calling based on the contact page from your website? It can be any number of sources. So at a time, so you want to track all of the leads coming from all these different sources. So not all of them convert at the same time. So you will have to follow up with them until they say yes to go working with you. So how do you manage all of the lead generation functionality is covered in the marketing section. I'm giving you a high level, but I'm going to do an in-depth demo of the functionalities in each of these module as well. So once the leads come in, there is a process to convert the lead to a closed sale or a client. So, what are the stages involved in a sales conversion process? From the lead, you go meet with them to go discuss their requirements and what services you can offer to understand if they are a good fit. Based on that strategy session, either the prospect might decide to work with you, or they say, I need to think about it. So you may have to follow up with them later. Or sometimes they just schedule a meeting with you, but they don't show up. So, how do you track all of these different stages in the sales process? Who did I talk to? Who I need to follow up with? Who didn't show up for the meeting, which I need to follow up? So, instead of thinking and remembering in your head and following up with them by email or phone call, you can track all of that in the sales module. So I will go through in detail again as well. Once the sales process is done, the prospect said, yes, I want to work with you, then you have to onboard the client. So what are the steps involved in onboarding a client? From signing an engagement letter, collecting documents, understanding what their deliverables are going to be on a monthly, weekly, or quarterly or yearly basis. So collecting all of the documents and information to complete the onboarding phase is covered in the client onboarding. Once the onboarding is done, then now you have to go delegate the work go among your internal staff and assign due days and responsibilities. So how do you manage all of the work and assign responsibilities to your staff and making sure it is getting done by the due date or the timelines that you set? So all of the processes involved in closing their books or having a financial review meeting, analysis, all of these detailed deliverables can be listed and assigned to your staff and monitored in the client deliverables section. Firm operations is where you store your client documents or these are the different suggested folders like have All your marketing documents can be saved here, sales documents, operations related, which is your client related documents, accounting. So you can organize all of your files in these folders as well. So these are the five major functions that are covered. So on the top of this, you also have a dashboard. So just see some metrics. So here this is there are three sections in the dashboard. So first is the sales and marketing. So at a given point in time, how many leads are we working with? In this case, 319 opportunities. What's the lead value? How many are open? How many we won? How many we lost? Gives you the metrics of where you are at in terms of your lead generation. And what is your conversion rate? How from the leads, how many get turned into client, and what is your success rate? A typical success rate is 20%, and that should be your goal. And anytime if you see this percentage, which is not 20%, you have to improve your lead to sales client conversion process. So it gives you the metrics, so you can measure the performance of your sales and marketing, and also gives you the sources from where the leads came in, Facebook ads, and what's the value, referral, client referrals, how many we won, closed, and how many we lost, what's the percentage of it. So it gives you a good idea of how your sales and marketing functions are performing. And that's the first section in the dashboard. And the second section is client onboarding. So how many clients are we onboarding at this stage? And out of that, come one second. um, you can also under in the settings, you can also list the type of clients that you work with. Typically in an accounting or bookkeeping firm, it's mostly your monthly accounting, which is a bookkeeping clients, or if you offer CFO services, you have CFO clients, or if you offer tax planning, tax preparation, you have those type of clients as well. So under into the settings, if you can set the different services or types of services that you offer, so you can measure how many people, how many clients are onboarding under different service types. So gives you an idea of how many are in the onboarding stage, and how many clients you are currently working with. So the third section within the dashboard is the client deliverables. This is the work that you assign to your staff, and how are they progressing? Are they completing the allocated work? See, in this case, some are 50% done, some are 100% done, some are maybe this one task remaining. So you can measure your staff performance, and also gives you an idea of is all the work done by the due date, or is it the due date is missed, or the staff not performing. So you can measure your staff, not only your staff for performance, but also you get an idea of is all the client deliverables being met timely. So that's the client deliverable dashboard. So when you start your day, you can start with this and understand how things are performing, where your focus should be, and then you can get really focused and get on the task. So the software also has an integration to your primary email, so your work email. So you can integrate your work email from the work email. You can look at your client emails, and you can reply from here. And if it's a prospect emailing you, you can also from the email, you can add that prospect to the marketing lead board right from the email. And if the client is email looking for a report or looking for action items from you, then you can assign that work to your staff right from the email. So this is the work coming from your client, and then you can select the work type, and then assign it to one of your staff, and set a due date, start and end date, and then give a description of what work they need to be done. So once you assign from the email, it goes to your staff's deliverable workboard, and it'll show the due date by which the work needs to be completed. So you don't have to really communicate by phone or talk to the employee, this work needs to be done, you can also just assign it from the email, and you can monitor the progress right from the software as well. So that's what the email facilitates. So you can see everything from one place, so you don't have to jump from your software to your email back and forth. So the software, once you integrate your email, you can also integrate the calendar. So you can see how many appointments are in your calendar for the day. You can even just do a day or week or month. So very similar to a calendar functionality. So you can see your calendar for a particular week or day, and you can also create appointments from here. Schedule meeting with your staff or prospects or clients. You can directly schedule a meeting and send them a meeting invite from here. So the entire calendar and invitation functionality. And you also have a contact section. So if you take your accounting or bookkeeping firm, you could have your firm contacts with your client contacts, and the leads that you're working with, and the others could be people who you're working with, like networking partners or anyone else who doesn't fall under the client or prospect or lead that you're working with, can be tagged as the others contact as well. So that's the contact section. So the contact section will give you anytime you want to look up the email or phone number of a specific contact, you can now go search by their name, and then you can look it up here. It has both the grid view and a list view, so you can look up their number pretty quickly from here. So that's the other functionality. So when it comes to marketing, so I'm going to do a high level, but there's also going to be another video where I go a lot more deeper into the marketing functionality. So within marketing, so when you talk about your digital marketing, you may have to create prospect forms. So within marketing, you can design the forms here itself. You don't need a software subscription to create forms. So you can go to collect their basic information. You can go design go whatever information you want to collect go from here. So you can design your own form. There are standard fields available, but you can also customize it based on, if you need a field that is not already here, you can go add that field and design the form the way you want it, and then save the form to be used in your marketing efforts. And the other option is the click funnels. So so instead of using, currently I use ClickFunnels to go generate go Facebook ads. So instead of using ClickFunnels, you have the same functionality here. If you want to create a landing page to be used in a Facebook ad or LinkedIn ad or anything like that, you can create the entire landing page from here, from the functionality. You don't need any other subscription like ClickFunnels or anything else. So the funnel building functionality is within our software. And this is where you list, next is the pipeline. This is where you list all of the sources from which you get leads. So here is a list of popular sources. You can add any of your pipeline also here. So are your leads coming from Google SEO, or someone calling your office and inquiring about your services? Google Ads, Instagram, referral through your network, or your existing clients referring, or the lead came from an email campaign, or from a website, or your Facebook, could be your Facebook post or Facebook ad, or your LinkedIn post or ad. So you can tag the sources from where the leads are coming in, which is really needed, so you know which channel is really performing well, so you can focus your time, effort, and money in investing in that channel. So you can track your leads by the pipeline, and then you add a pipeline. Let's say I show you here. So if you go create a new pipeline, you also have to list the different stages the prospect go through before they are converted and become a client of yours. So So these are some of the stages typically in a lead to sales conversion process. So they start as a lead, and then you meet with them, which is a strategy session, discovery call, whatever you want to call it. You can call it that name. And then after the strategy session, either you win the client, or you need to follow up with them, or they didn't show up for the meeting and you have to go engage with them again, or you lost the client. So you tag any of these are the stages you're setting. You can have any number of stages. So once you set that stage, you will see those stages, and when you go to the sales and track the leads based on the source. Based on the stages you set, you can see these are the leads who came from Facebook, and here is the list of people who are still in the lead stage. Here are the some prospects I already met with, or I scheduled a strategy session with. Here is the bucket where I've already converted them into a client, or here are the people I need to follow up with, or they didn't show up, or I lost the lead. So you can once you add the lead, then based on each stages they are moving, you can drag and drop them in respective stages. Either you can change the lead manually, or you can also drag and drop, so it'll change the stage. There's the importance in changing the stage, because based on that you can trigger automated email sequence to go out. If someone is in the follow-up stage, you can set up an email sequence to go out following up. Looks like you met with the CEO, got discussed about your service requirements, and you haven't made a decision to work with us. Do you have any further questions, or do you want to get on another call? So you can set up those email sequences, which I will show you in under the automation, under the workflow. So you can set the sequence and have automated email go out to the prospects that are, instead of you manually doing it. So that's on the pipeline, and the domain is needed for the landing page. And then you can also create survey forms here, which you can send it to your clients or prospect to understand more about your process as well. So that is all covered in marketing. When it in terms of the functionality, you also have a reporting functionality. If you're doing Facebook ads, you can integrate your Facebook ad manager to the software. What will help you do is you can monitor how the campaigns are performing from here. This is only a visual, so you, you cannot make any changes or create campaigns from the software to then see in your Facebook ads. This is only a one way from the Facebook ad manager. It extracts information and gives you a report, and gives you a visual of how your campaign is performing based on ads and ad sets. So you don't have to log into Facebook ad manager to see your performance. So you can see it in one place. That was the goal. So you can monitor your Facebook ads reports, and your Google ad performance. Same thing. It pulls the data and gives you how the Google ads are performing in one place, rather than logging into Google Analytics and checking the ad performance there. And the attribution report, the other functionality we have is based on the lead. You can also, we have a functionality to make a call from the software itself. You do need a service subscription to make a call and send text messages. We recommend Twilio. So you get a subscription to Twilio, and connect your Twilio account to the software. Then the software will help you make calls to the your prospect from here. So the calls that you make from here are also recorded. I'll show you when we get to the sales section. And so this is the attribution report. What was the revenue that we generated, how many we closed, how many opportunities we closed, how many contacts or leads that we created, and how many different sessions that we created. And you can also go look at the performance of the voice calls, how many calls that you made, how many answered, how many missed, and what are the top sources, and where the how the calls performed, whether they answered, missed, or was it a first time call, how many minutes we spent on the call. All of those statistics you can see here. Same thing with the appointment. You can also view the appointment metrics, like how many prospects they met with, or how many confirmed to go meet with you, how many showed, how many didn't show. So you can see all of that metrics under the reporting section. I'll get back to the automation. I'll still give you an overview on the sales function. One second.